Hello, Kai's crew. I am Kai's Coolness, and I am back with my pajamas this time instead of my actual clothes from the last two videos because I had to split them up, and yeah, and I'm walking with my blue hair. If you can tell, different hairstyle, blue hair. Yep, and I'm ready to read chapter 5 through 6 this time instead of last time where I try to be risky doing 4 chapters in one video. That was really bad, but now we're only going to do two chapters each day. Wait, how many chapters are there? Wondering if, okay, so there's 18 chapters, so if you divide them, that 9 videos yeah, 9 videos each, so yeah, that. So just so you know, my Exploding TNT Plus is still here. Say hi. And wait, why were you still sitting down in the pool table, since I'm in the basement, pool table? And yeah, why didn't you run into the weird addictions, because you're addicted of TNT period? Yeah. And also another thing is that if you can check out my ears, if this microphone. Yeah, my mom had me wear earrings because my mom says I either have to went to the 8th grade farewell or wear earrings, and the answer was no. I just said no, I'm not even going to choose them because I just hate earrings. They itch, sort of. And yeah, I get to wear earrings because if you didn't watch the last two, the first one that was split, then you guys get to know that I didn't went there. Instead of stayed at home reading doing a book reaction of this. So gonna do that again and hope you like it. So we left off with chapter 5, Exploring TNT versus the Creeper. It was dark, and though Exploring TNT wasn't afraid of the dark anymore, he was still afraid. So what was the point? He followed the clip-clopping of Pink Sheep's hooves and Fable's zombie footsteps, but they already sounded far ahead of him. Well, great. If there's an actual monster, a creeper, Exploring TNT versus a creeper, then they totally will hear the clip-clopping and stompy footsteps. Yeah, that wouldn't detect their signals. I'm not sure. They don't really have ears. I never really, I don't really play Minecraft anymore. So I totally forgot the features of creepers. So do they have ears or not? They're just a blockhead. Okay, the tunnel he ran down branched off into multiple paths, all of which he could barely see in the darkness. Here and there, bright red streaks of lava glowed in the distance, providing just enough light to reveal how much. In face, Exploring TNT couldn't see anything. Guys, wait. I'm sorry about the explosion, but I thought we all need a little cheering up. Exploring TNT words disappeared as soon as he said them. The sound of his voice instantly swallowed up by the labyrinth he sprinted through. Pink Sheep by a monotone, and Fable's nervous chatter became fainted no matter how much he ran, stumbling over blocks of stone, ducking to avoid low ceilings. Don't really know what to say about that. How is Pink Sheep's robotic monotones when it became faint did it became that fainter like that? Hey, don't leave me back here myself, Exploring TNT yelled, but neither Pink Sheep nor Fable tried to make him feel better by saying they'd wait for him. A tunnel opened off to ExplodingTNT's right, and a glimmer of light shone down in the depths of that unknown tunnel. Because of the light and because his friends were already so far ahead of him, ExplodingTNT decided that the new tunnel must be a shortcut. Farewell often told him that if he believed in himself, then everything would turn out for the best. Well, if you start becoming like an ego, I'm thinking of like the word egocentric, then life wouldn't like be better for you. It'll just be worse, pretty much, because like you're like depending on yourself and like you don't need no help. You believe in yourself and then you fail. Lesson learned. Actually, no, I don't really think I ever learned that lesson. I think. And so, ExplodingTNT believed in his own belief that the tunnel was a shortcut, because then it would have to be a shortcut if Farewell was right. After a few minutes of running in the new tunnel, ExplodingTNT arrived at the glimmer of light. It was gold ore, and when he would normally be excited about finding gold ore, now he was just disappointed because gold ore was not and would never be daylight. It would even be torchlight. Oh, okay, now I sort of like get it, but actually I never really I guess that carving I made in like 3D art, and like that owl carving that is upstairs, like the keychain, like I remember like seeing that, but I don't think that's the same as like, fire, like torches. So yeah, I don't know what any logic of both you and Minecraft is. But was ExplodingTNT going to let a deceitful block of gold ore stop him from taking a shortcut? No, he was not, so he kept running. He kept running until he started falling. He was falling because the shadows hid the fact that there was no more ground to run on. At first, falling is like riding a roller coaster, which I do not like. Your stomach flies up into your chest with a pleasant but also scary sensation. For a moment, your mind is convinced you're flying. Do roller coasters like really do that? I mean, like the roller coaster I've been, not really. Although, like now I'm usually like chicken to like go on roller coasters. Like one of the like best roller coasters I went through on my, like it was on my 13th birthday, was on like Michigan Adventure. I went on like it was like Grover, Sesame Street. That was like the best ride. But then that moment passes. As ExplodingTNT fell into the unexpected and unhelpful hole, he screamed, "You lied, Farewell! This wasn't a shortcut!" Well, I mean, technically it is, I guess, because I don't know, it's short and it cuts. Down below him, a light was glowing, and that light grew stronger the longer he fell, as though it was excited to see him. Who would be even excited to like smell his like? You smell like whiting cheese. ExplodingTNT couldn't see any details yet of what he was falling towards, but he decided to wave anyways. It always pays to be friendly. With a woof and a thud, ExplodingTNT landed on an uneven stone floor. It wasn't so much of a floor as just ground, a bottom side of giant cavern. Heat washed over him in waves. His eyes slowly adjust to see a giant waterfall of lava pouring into a lava lake, which split the cavern. I never really learned how to like spell that word, like cave or N, into two sides. In the middle of the lake, on a narrow island of obsidian, my God, I know how to say obsidian, but I don't know how to say cava. Okay, where was I? The creeper has a bright blue flower tucked behind one's ear. Exploring TNT wasn't familiar with creepers wearing any kind of clothing or decorations, so his natural fear at finding himself this close to a creeper was overcome with curiosity. My god, now I just thought of like an idea. Like whenever Exploring TNT says something, I'll just bring like this plush with, like for example, wait, no, that's not what Exploring TNT like actually says, but let me just do it as an example anyways. It always pays to be friendly, right? Like, what if I could like do that, but that'll probably be like too much work probably, but let's see if that still works. So, yep, we're doing this. Anyways, he waved at the creeper, but the creeper's attention was focused on the ground. It sat and stared at twiddled its toes. If Exploring TNT didn't know it was a creeper, he thinks it was sad, but everyone knows creepers have only two emotions, angry and exploding. Like pretty much like me and my sisters, me and my sister, singular. Me and my sister, singular, was, well, used to be really close, and we used to play Minecraft together, and now I guess we like split apart. I don't even like play Minecraft anymore, and yeah, and we said like gas, like the nether gas, only had like two emotions, which was sad and angry. When it was sad, it was like, I don't even like, I can't even like mimic that voice, like, and when it's like angry, it's like, why am I even like trying to imitate a gas? Anyways, I'm not so sure that explodey is actually a real word, but whatever. Let me just say cave because I still don't know how to pronounce cavern. Am I like pronouncing it right? But yeah, I'm just gonna say cave. The cave didn't seem to have any exits. The light from the lava filled the caverns. Oh my god, and I just said it anyways. Though it also created shivering shadows on the floor and the wall, any of which could be exits from the room, or they could be monsters eager for Exploring TNT to leave the protective circle of light. And though creepers were monsters, this one was separated from him by lava, and this one also didn't act like a creeper. It was staring at him creepily for one thing, because it's a creeper. Hello, creeper? The creeper didn't look up, but it became more attentive. Are you okay? Are you sad? Are you about to explode? Well, who cares? You like explosions, right? Exactly. Just keep nodding your head. Oh my god. Creepers make hissing noises when they are all about to explode, and though this creeper wasn't hissing, it was making a strange crumbling sort of sound, like. I don't even know what I'm trying to do, like imitate those sounds. Anyways, where was I? Okay, little glittering objects fell from the creeper's face to splat on the ground. The creeper was crying. This was almost more disturbing to Exploring TNT than the creeper exploding, and made him forget entirely about how he was lost somewhere underground with his friends in a strange new land. Which means only himself, because aren't you like still stuck in like that hole with the attentive creeper who seems to not be doing any harm to you? That's like, I don't know what to call it, like pretty weird. And what's also pretty weird is that, I'm wearing flip-flops. Like, I literally, wore flip-flops during this reaction. Like, I didn't really care, what footwear I should wear. So, instead of slippers, I just wear flip-flops. My new flip-flops that I'm wearing to, the vacation, which is Monday. So, Yeah, just so you know. Anyways, that was awkward. Let's just, oh my god, even like, okay, let's just rebuild this whole set. Okay, so as we were saying, hey, it's okay, Creeper, there's no reason to be sad. Oh my god, totally forgot, like, ExplodingTNT was still there, so like, we say that, like, hey, it's okay, Creeper, there's no reason to be sad. I thought you said I thought you said that they only have, like, two emotions, which are angry and exploding, not sad, so, yeah, I'm not even gonna talk to you anymore. The Creeper spoke. Its voice sounded the way gunpowder smells. That's really confusing. It's like saying that, oh my god, do I like, we have to like, okay, now let's use this. Like, this bookmark looks like how it smells. Which it doesn't really smell that, which it smells like normal paper, but let's just say it smells like rotting cheese. Let's just say that. What do you think that this bookmark smells like rotting cheese when you look at it? My name is Crept. Just gonna call him like Creep because, wait, but what if it's like Crept? Yeah, I'm just gonna say Crept. That's really weird. Crept, I didn't know creepers had names. The creeper looks up finally, directly into ExplodingTNT's eyes. These eyes. These blue eyes. These blue eyes. Even though in like the plushie, he has no color eyes, but in here, he has blue eyes. And my god, like I'm like, you need to like, this way I'm actually like eating the book. Okay, let's continue. It was disconcerting because he expected it to run at him and explode. We have names, we have sexes, we have a society. Creepers are people too. Technically, they are like technically, like what it says in the book, they're monsters shaped like, wanna like really keep this kid friendly. Also, now when I think about it, creepers were like supposed to be pigs until like it got like and yeah. So maybe like, I don't know, like, I mean, pigs are like victims, so are like creepers the same like victims? I mean, that what they originally were until like it was, I don't even know what to call it. Anyways, creepers are people too, you know, just like you. She pauses. Okay, so it looks like a creeper is a girl, and I don't want to be sexist, even though I'm not being sexist because I'm a girl. And if I'm like ever being like racist, calling them like monsters instead of people, then guess what? I can't be racist either because I'm black. And so yeah, being an African American girl has some advantages where you're not sexist and you're not racist because you're a girl and you're black. So that's pretty much the advantage of, you know, being me, being like type of girls like me. So perhaps not just like you. This was a long conversation he had with a creeper, and while that was strange, it was also interesting as long as they were talking, ExplodingTNT didn't have to worry about he was going to get out of there. Besides, he realized they have something in common. I explode too, Crept. Is like Crab the girl's name? I'm not actually sure. Crept, or is it pronounced Creepy? Creepy. I like realized to like search up how it's pronounced, so be right back. So when I put like the definition of, you know, crepe, then like the definition was like a light fabric, a thin pancake, that's what it says, and it's like pronounced creped. So don't even know if I'm supposed to like pronounce it creped. This is like a really real name. Anyways, I explode too creped. I mean, I like to make things explode, just like you guys. The creeper rolled his eyes. I'm not a guy, I'm a girl. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I mean, how was I supposed to know? You could have asked. Creped said reasonably. Yeah, and I guess if I was a creeper too, it would be obvious. No, you still have to ask. She paused as though deciding whether or not to say something. Then she says, and I don't like explosions. What? ExplodingTNT couldn't stop himself from yelling out in disbelief like, oh, you don't like explosions. You don't like explosions. Like, how dare you? Nah, I don't think it actually goes like that. Let's see what happens in the book. Anyways, and only partly because crept. I'm just gonna pronounce it creep because yeah, it's basically like creep but with switch out words like CREPE. Like try to pronounce that. So I'm just gonna say creep. Creep was a creeper, and the entire goal of a creeper's existence, as far as he knew, was to explode. But he was even more shocked at her because she just didn't like explosions. It was a hard concept for ExplodingTNT to understand about anyone because explosions were awesome. Crab became oh my god, I'm just gonna say any name. I don't even care. Creep began crying again. ExplodingTNT was convinced it was something he said. Was it something I said? ExplodingTNT was convinced it was something he said. Well, I mean, I'm sorry to guess that, this is just my predictions. Creep doesn't like explosions because, it's like bees when they sting at people. Once you hurt someone, you get hurt as well. So once you explode, then that means you're dead along with probably the person, either that or he or she doesn't get harmed. So it's mostly you're risking your life. That's the life of the creeper. It's what you said about explosions, Creep said, voice fuzzy with tears. So then, it's what you said about explosions. I'm not even sure how a fuzzy voice is supposed to work. ExplodingTNT didn't want to say it, but he forced himself to say it. It's okay to not like explosions. Crab shook his head. How dare I just said his? My god, even I just said his. Even though I'm reading exactly what's in the book, I accidentally just said his. I accidentally assumed her gender. God. His. Oh, God. Anyways, Crab shook her head. Not if you're a creeper. Oh, ExplodingT said, not having realized that. And you too may not have realized that creepers weren't allowed to not like explosions. It wasn't a law exactly, but if you did not like explosions and or even really, really loud sounds that weren't explosions exactly like thunder but sounded like them, then you will be made fun of and people won't hang out with you. Wow, that's actually really sad, basically. Yeah, that's pretty much really sad. Pretty much in once you get into middle school or high school, you basically need to fit in, which of course I don't because I don't even I think I keep on repeating that in every video where I explain my life because I have high functioning autism and I don't really communicate well with other people, with other kids my age. As I said, many times, my parents are my best friends. And, yeah, and why am I getting, so emotional by this? Well, I guess I'm just gonna be, forever the wheel because I like being my own individual no matter what. And so, yeah. But at the same time, it doesn't work. Well, I guess always be yourself first. That's all I gotta say. And to draw back into humor, we got the list called Other Things Creepers Are Not Allowed to Not Like. God, that was confusing. So, other things creepers are not allowed to not like. So they'll allowed to like in backwards. So let's sing. Other creepers are allowed to like, not allowed to not like. So they'll not wait. So since it's like a double negative, then it equals a positive, and so other things creepers are allowed to like. So is that it? Okay, so number one is dancing. So creepers are allowed to like to dance. Number two, peering through windows. Okay, so they're allowed to. Okay, I'm just gonna read it anyways. Okay, anything green, especially green food like mashed peas or mashed green beans or unmashed watermelons, because when you mash them, they turn into somewhat red. Yeah, I don't really like watermelons. Like, I'm probably not like the only one who doesn't like watermelon. I mean, they're like mostly like water, I guess. They're called watermelons for a reason, I guess. Wait, but water's like my favorite drink, so I guess it's because of like the fruity. I don't know. I don't like fruit and vegetables. Well, sure, it ain't a balanced diet, but like a balanced diet that I have is grains, protein, dairy, and junk food. Yeah, and that's how I got like this body. Yep, this body. That's how I got this body. By not eating fruits or vegetables, you can get a body like this. Okay, let's continue. Why don't you like explosions? ExplodingTNT asks. Maybe because she was thinking about the answer, or perhaps because he was simply taking an interest in her problems. Creep stopped crying. She looked around at the lava surrounding her. If she touched it, she would burn, but would simply blow up. The lava protected ExplodingTNT from her, as it would protect him from any creeper or any other monsters, but it also trapped her. Finally, she turned back to him. Well, you know what creepers do. You explode, he said. Exactly, but the frown on her face made her feel guilty about his excitement, even though it was near impossible for ExplodingTNT to not be excited about explosions. Yes, we explode. She stared at ExplodingTNT waiting for him to get what is obvious to her. And then what happens? He asked, not getting it. We explode and then we're gone. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like, you're risking your life to like kill like a player. Like, imagine if like didn't get hurt or didn't get affected at all, but you mostly did, and you're just dead. Your gunpowder is like laying on the ground, corpse like bleh, bleh. Oh my god. Minecraft was realistic, then it will be like more darker. But at the same time, it will be full of more logic than burning. Wait, what was that? Burning wheat. Yes, burning wheat. Wait, no, that's not the logic. Wait, but is it like the book's logic or Minecraft logic? It's like really confusing. Like, let's just say it's a book logic. So like burning wheat creates bread. Like, try doing that in real life. Try doing that like real life, like burning wheat, like cooking wheat, and then watch it turn to bread. It's not. ExplodingTNT shakes his head. Oh my god, I just killed a mouse. God, ExplodingTNT, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, anyways, I forget where I left off. Oh, yeah. He shakes his head, not believing it. Wait, so shakes his head like an owl. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's get back on track. But then he thinks about all of the creepers he encountered over the years, and how when they explode, they disappear. That's true. They like turn to gunpowder. He never realized, though, about it before, but now he realized he imagined it was like a magician trick or a ninja smoke bomb. How? That the creepers just ran away while everyone is distracted by the explosions. Wow, it's like saying that your parents that now I don't want to make this cool and dark as it already is. I mean, it's like saying that your parents that hate you, oh, they went away instead of like leave you like if they like drop you on a box and like saying kids for sale, and then they're like, oh, that must be like an accident. My parents might have just left me. Why am I like turning this story into like? Why am I like turning this book into like really cool and dark? Like it makes no sense. This can't be. Wait, no, that can't be why he said, shaking his head more, and physically things like what that. Oh my god, let me just spell it. EMPHATICALLY. My god, it might be like easier for you guys to spell it. I mean, no, for you guys to say it than me. You just respond somewhere else, right? Creeps frowned. Yes, but who is the creeper who responds? It's not me because I just exploded. Do you see what I mean? I can't be sure that if I explode, I'll be the same me when I was spawned. Okay, now that's like, now that story like turned really dark and scary, man. Let's just read the next page. Actually, how long is this? Because I really like don't want to like cut this video into two and like that's too much work. Okay, so chapter 7 is like at page 45, and so okay, yeah, I think we could do this. Okay, so now ExplodingTNT found. He never thought about this before. I guess I understand your fear of explosions. He looked around the lonely cave with no exit and just the bright burning lava for decoration. Is that why you're down here by yourself? Crab looked away, suddenly embarrassed. ExplodingTNT couldn't tell because her green cheeks became greener. So is that just her blushing? That's like really confusing. Like imagine if like my cheeks turn more browner when I'm blushing. Like can you like see it? Like that would be confusing. At first, yeah, but then I fell asleep. I woke up to a loud boom and then lava pours from the walls, and here I am. It's a nice island, he said, admiring the smooth obsidian, polished so highly it mirrored everything. Well, I tried to make it the best of it, but who wants to live on an island forever? I don't know, ExplodingTNT said earnestly. Now that just reminds me of something. Like, I'm not actually sure if like they actually like followed up this theory, because I remember like a video where like Pink Sheep like explained what happened in like Lost Island. So like I don't really remember anything of what he said about it, but if you guys remember, like in the Lost Island series, he said that he was going to like stay in the Lost Island because he's like the king now. Now I don't really actually remember. And so yeah, and then he randomly like came back into like the I'm not even sure what to call, like TNT town. Yeah, so he's not in like the Lost Island anymore. Actually, what happened to the Lost Island? Like, what actually happened? Like, I'm curious if like there's gonna be like a sequel to it. Like, who knows? Besides, if you like guys remember like that last scene, which I remembered, like the helicopter man like saved them and escaped off the island at the end, and then like Herobrine farted as that killed his brother, and then ExplodingTNT was the only one who survived swimming at the back, and then like I'm not actually sure if they was gonna like make a continuing sequel about this, but based on like Bonner TNT, they were all like still alive, so yeah. Anyways, he tried to come up with an answer, but when he thought of islands, all that came to his mind was fish. God, if you guys remember like the last video, I'm not actually sure since it's split. You guys know that I have a fear of fish. I'm like extremely scared of them, and yeah, so I don't want to be on an island. I don't want to be in Hawaii. So yeah. Actually, technically, on like all the lands, islands, I mean, aren't we living on an island technically? I mean, like we all are surrounded by water no matter what, so is everything an island? So, yeah, like, are we all living in islands and around the water? Because that's technically what an island is. Okay, but fish don't live on islands. And definitely wouldn't want to live on and definitely don't want to live on an island forever because they won't be able to swim. Definitely not fish though. Creep nodded. And definitely not me. I could help you get off the island, ExplodingTNT said. You aren't afraid of me, the creeper asked. It's no lie to say that ExplodingTNT have been afraid of every other creeper he met in the past. But it's also no lie to say that he never really talked to those creepers. And now that he had a conversation with one, or at least with this one, he could totally say he wasn't afraid of her. OMG, not at all, he said, a little over, and then, the word just spelled over, my God, I don't even know what I was trying to do there. With very little trouble, he built a thin bridge over the lava. Well, that's not a good idea. Creep walked over the bridge, and ExplodingTNT forced himself not to back away in fear, but he felt more and more relaxed when there was no hissing coming from her. She said she didn't like to explode, and she didn't seem to be about to explode. Like, imagine, like, plot twist. She's dead, he's dead, everyone's dead. Yeah. Thank you so much, the creeper said, moving towards ExplodingTNT as though to give him a hug. Wait, how can like creepers like hug like because if you don't know, creepers don't have arms, so do they like let me do an example like okay, so imagine like I'm the creeper and this is ExplodingTNT as always, so like how do I like okay, and he's how do I make him stand up? Like, you know what, he's just gonna like lay down. Okay, I'm just gonna okay, so only use one arm for this. So like how does like the creeper creep like oh my God. Like does she hug like this? Is that how she hugs? That actually shut. I'm like lifting him up. Anyways, again, he backed away. Noticing this, she asked, "Can I hug you?" He nodded as she hugged him, and for someone with no arms and 4 legs, this was quite a feature. So how did she hug again? Even when I read like closer to the book, it doesn't explain how she hugs. I mean, like she has no arms and 4 legs. So does she like use her legs like does she like oh my God, you actually like okay, so let me like move this. Like if you guys noticing, like I'm holding my phone with Simon Ale, so yeah, that's how I'm holding my phone with. Okay, so like okay, let's okay, so with Simon Ale, okay, and so like oh my God, so okay, now that I use my feet and okay, so like this is how I hug you. Oh my God, I'm like sobbing on. Like, yeah, oh my God, this is like a really awkward position, man. Yeah. Oh my God, now I'm getting tired with all my mic. Oh God. Yeah. So is that how she like hugs? Wait, actually, you know what? I'm actually like curious of like, wait, but the table's like over there, and my God, imagine if like did my videos like this. I mean, the light that is glaring white teal, I mean, doesn't really like affect it that much, I guess. So maybe this might be a good idea for a while, but for now I'm just gonna like stick to my usual spot. Okay. Yep. Anyways, God, I always get off topic. Well, this is technically a reaction, right? So can you help me out? I need to get back to the surface and find my friends. Well, since you helped me, Crab says. She pointed to a corner with one of her legs. They probably headed to the closest village. Oh my god, I've totally like forgot that joke. Friends. Okay, now it's much better, much clearer. Thank you. I don't even know what I'm trying to like say or do. I imagine so. You want to head east. Over there are the stairs that'll take you there. What really? ExplodingTNT turned, and sure enough, what he'd taken for just another shadow cast by the light, lava, was actually a narrow set of stairs leading up and out of here. I could have left at any time. Crab nodded. Sure, but I'm glad you stayed. I'm so scared of explosions, but talking with you helped, and if you hadn't built a bridge, I might have been trapped here forever. Glad to be of help for sure, he asked as he was. But he also had to go find his friends. See you. He rushed over to the stairs and began to climb, the light growing dimmer and dimmer until he could barely see a thing. But at least ExplodingTNT knew he was going the right way, and that made him feel better. Not as good as an explosion makes him feel, of course, because hi, my name is ExplodingTNT, and I'm addicted to explosions and TNT because that's what it says in my freaking shirt. Yeah. Okay, anyways, not as good as an explosion makes him feel, but better. And right now, better was enough. Woo! Don't even know why I like made that cringy. Wow! Wow! My god, like my dog voice. My dog sounds like. I'm pretty good at like imitating dogs, like wow, 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 wow. My god, like that's what I'm good at.